All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to name the title of this lesson Sheeple, right? You're going to understand why I'm using the term Sheeple. As a matter of fact, let's look up the definition, all right? Sheeple says people compared to sheep in being docile, foolish, or easily led, right?
As many as 1 in 3 emergency responders in some cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, right here in Baltimore, are refusing to comply with city vaccine mandates. I'm wondering where you stand on that. Should police officers, emergency responders, be mandated to get vaccines? And if not, should they be stay at home or let go?
Yes and yes. By the way,
All right. So the people that you heard clapping in the background are considered sheeple. The people that have the mindset of, that's in agreement with what Sleepy Joe just said. They are sheeple, right? Let's go back into that word. It says a people compared to sheep in being docile, foolish, or easily led, right? Now, these same people, when these emergency workers do quit, right? People of the police force, people in the medical field, these same people that are clapping, that want them off duty, are going to be what? They are going to be complaining about the crime rate rising, the violence happening all throughout the cities, the medical care that they're going to need in case they get injured, right? See, now I'm going into some of the scenarios of what may take place with you losing a lot of these emergency responders to this mandate. And this is what you're going to have. In a city like Chicago, you think they can afford to lose half of their police force? You see the crime rate, you see the murder, you see the crime, you see the murder rates that's going on out there? Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. And yes, it's our people killing one another, Jake on Jake. But a lot of innocent bystanders get harmed and get put in harm's way, at the same time. More carjackings, more assaults, just regular physical assaults, sexual assaults, right? Carjackings, home invasions. See, this is what's going to take place on a higher scale when you don't have the police force to control what's going on, which they already can't control as much, but they can prevent some. But when you lose more than half, then the people know, especially the people that are into committing crimes, are going to what? They are going to go on a spree, and you sheeple are going to what? Cry out. So that's why you are considered sheeple, because you are easily led to where? You're going to be easily led to the slaughter. Okay? Medical field. The people in the medical field that you want to leave. Don't get injured. Right? Don't get sick. Especially because if you trusted this gov and you trusted this, their hospital establishments don't. Because it may take you long to get took care of. You see? So now you might understand why these people in the background and with this mindset are being called sheeple. So let's finish this clip off and let's get right into some scriptures.
As many as 1 in 3 emergency responders in some cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, right here in Baltimore, are refusing to comply with city vaccine mandates. I'm wondering where you stand on that. Should police officers, emergency responders, be mandated to get vaccines? And if not, should they be stay at home or let go?
yes and yes. By the way, I waited until July to talk about mandating because I tried everything else possible. The mandates are working. All the stuff about people leaving and people getting it, you have everyone from United Airlines to Spirit, all these airlines, we're not going to get all 96, 97% of the people have gotten the vaccine. All the talk about all these folks who are going to leave the military if they're man.
As many as 1 in 3.
All right, so you heard them. So let's go into a few scriptures. Right, let's go into the book of Isaiah chapter 30. Right? Because the people that are in agreement to the madness that's going on out here, the madness that is being pushed, okay, this whole system, this whole agenda, they trust in the shadow of Egypt. Book of Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1, it says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." So, specifically, this is talking about the children of Israel, okay? You rebellious children, right? This also had been told to Ezekiel that you're stiff-necked, that you're hard-hearted, all right? That you will not turn to the Lord, all right? The Lord told Ezekiel, look, they're not going to listen to you because they ain't listening to me. But we still must continue to do the work of the Lord, to preach, to prophesy, to give you warning from him, okay? Whether they hear or forbear, meaning whether you take heed, whether you don't. That walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength. Slaki says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So the current king that is set up, who is likened to a Pharaoh, right? To the public eye, would be who? Sleepy Joe. And this is who people trust in. They trust in Pharaoh. Therefore the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And let's see, this is going to happen to our people because what they trusted in Sleepy Joe. So it is going to be their shame and their confusion. See, when people start to realize that this whole thing was systematic, right? This was systematically for what they're ultimately trying to push forth. That's why I said it's going to be their shame and their confusion. Because little do you know that all this whole supply chain system, this whole potion mandate, is all tying together to what? To create chaos, ultimately. To create chaos and to further push to get ready for the MOTB, right? The book of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. All right? This is the ultimate goal for the MOTB. But in the meantime, they're doing these things. They're doing, these things that is going to further set up to help further push this agenda, right? Verse 31. Salakia, let's jump to 30. Isaiah chapter 31. It says, "Woe," verse 1. "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many." And let's liken it today to today of how people, let's say, a lot of our people, they'll see America's military, the force, the power, that they still have, right? So a lot of people will say, yeah, can't nobody mess with, can't no other country mess with us. because they think of all the military vehicles that the U.S. has and the power that, the power that they still somewhat have. It says, because they are many, and the horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not into the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. So, in this case, you will see our people trusting in, the government, right? The government is the one who helps them when they're in the times of need, right? It's always the government that's lending the helping hand. So instead of turning to Yahweh Shem Shah, they turn to who? They turn to the government. Okay, they to their so-called government, not knowing that their government has set up a plan to ultimately deceive them, which they have been deceived. People in the background clapping, people in the same mindset and agreement. They don't know that they have been deceived. You see? This is that's why, like I said, that's why I go, the shadow of Egypt shall be your shame and your confusion. Okay? Let me see, I want to continue. Verse 2, it says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Check that out. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together. So in other words, at the end of the day, right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is in control. Right? And this is who you should ultimately trust in. Trust in the Lord with all thy soul. Right? Trust in the Lord with all thy soul. Okay? Because you trusting in this government is like it's going to be your shame. It's going to be your confusion. And a lot of people trust in this system. Okay? They believe this system is and they believe America, Babylon the Great, this system is their end all be all. But little do they not know, America is on its way out the door. Out the door. All right? So, that's just a quick hit. Lord willing, hope was that I find. So next time I want to say shalom.